To say my name is ESIKOKUI. Welcome to my channel. I have a new video for you today. Today, I'm serving real Barbie realness with this blonde hair. How are you guys liking it? How are we feeling about it? I'm okay with it. No, I really do love the color. There is just, I feel like this hair's only good when I'm wearing makeup. And so when I'm not wearing makeup, it's a whole different story. But how are you guys feeling about it? Because I like it. It's different. It's real blonde. I've gone blonde, but not this blonde before. Actually, I've gone this blonde before. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. But this is different. This is real different to me. I'm not used to it. So how do we feel? How do we like this? How do we, you know, is this my color? Alright, you guys. We are here to talk about Insecure, a show that brought a big community together. It showed dark-skinned black women as the forefront in the camera. They weren't just the supporting character, they were the main characters. They showed us real experiences. They showed us real women in high executive jobs, women that were just starting out and trying to make it to their dreams, real life experiences, relationships, how they grew, how they broke up, how they came back together. They showed us so much. That bonded us. They showed us so much, and we already kind of know the impact of what Insecure did for media, for television, just the representation, the realness of it, the happiness it brought us, the laughs, the times we cried with them. It really brought us together for a lot of years. How many years? Since 2016? 5 years. It brought us all those things. And now here we are. And I'm going to tell you the things that I learned and the things that I took away from Insecure. Number one, as you know, as the title says, it's okay to be black and awkward. It's okay to be awkward and black. It's a thing. That is definitely something that when this show first started, I fell in love with, because I was like, oh, she doesn't really know herself. She's still figuring it out. She's not like the typical stereotype type of black character they put on TV, especially a dark-skinned woman. That she's not the stereotype. She's like me. She's awkward. She's still trying to figure out her life. She talks to herself in the mirror. It made me feel like I was seen. Because usually these type of characters are not the ones that are really portrayed with our people. And so for me, you know, I grew up feeling like I wasn't African enough, even though I used to go to Ghana all the time. And then I didn't feel like I was black enough either. And I definitely wasn't white. So like, where was I? Where did I fit in? I never fit in any type of box. I think, I don't even remember the time where I really found my confidence and started to love myself, because for years I did not love who I was. I just felt like I wasn't being accepted into the way that I needed to be accepted in this world. And so I will say it was around 2015, 2016, and that show definitely helped me understand that it's okay, you don't have to fit in a box. No one here, like no one in life fits into a box. Even Molly, who seemed to have it all together, still had problems that she had to deal with personally, had relationship that bled into her relationships with friends and with men. It showed you that even the ones that seem like they fit into the box and have it all together don't. And it was great to see that with our people. So yes, it's okay to be whoever you are and black. Black is not synonymous with one thing. It is not into a certain stereotype. That was my first and greatest lesson that I learned with Insecure. The next lesson I learned was not to compromise who you are for anyone. Now, Molly tried to do that with Dro. tried to go into the whole open relationship thing that he was about and thought that she could be about it, but she really ended up knowing that she needs monogamy. She needs someone that's going to love and be about just her. And she tried to compromise herself to make herself feel that instant happiness, but also make him happy as well. And that didn't work out. And so in situations like that, there are many situations where the characters have had to deal with, should they compromise who they are, or should they go into what they needed to go into? And then Issa was with Lawrence, and at the time, there were a couple times where it didn't work because she felt like she had to compromise, like, the things that she wanted, and then especially once he got Condola pregnant, that wasn't something that she wanted for her life at the moment. You know, they eventually had to grow and learn and come back together, but I don't feel like that was compromising. That was, at that moment, she did not want that for her life. And so she did not want to compromise that part of her life for herself. And so when she was at a place where she was ready for those things, or she didn't care about those things in that way anymore, then at that point it wasn't really a compromise. It was something that she was okay with her partner having, and it could have been anybody with kids, and she could have probably been okay with her partner having a child before. But at that moment, in that part of her life, she wasn't going to be able to handle that, and that is okay. Sometimes the things that we want change over time, and that's just life. And that's why I'm like, the show's so real, because yeah, we may start off like, this is what I want or see in a partner, this is what I want for my career, and as you go through life experiences, those things that you didn't want before may start to be the things that you do want. So things change, life changes, and experiences help shape you. But definitely don't compromise your beliefs and the things that you want in your life at that moment for anyone, because at the end of the day, you have to live with your choices. And with that being said, the third thing is, what's meant for you will always be for you. And so at the end of the day, Issa and Lawrence found their way back to each other. Sometimes situations and things, like, it doesn't work out in the moment, just like with what I said prior. It didn't work out in the moment. Later in life, if it's meant for you, then it will come back to you. Even their careers. With Issa's career, she didn't know where she was going. She started at We Got Y'all, and then she wanted a different direction. She quit, and she didn't know where she was going, but she knew what she wanted. She was going to get to where she needed to be because she believed in the journey. She believed that she wasn't going to be unemployed forever. She believed in the things that she wanted to see for the Black community in LA. She believed in that, and that is what propelled her forward. And so whatever is meant for you, you got to definitely believe in the journey. It will happen. It will happen, but there's going to be a journey with it. There's going to be tosses and turns, hills and oceans, whatever, all those metaphors. And it worked for Molly. It really did. You know, she had a lot of relationship problems. She wanted to find someone to love her. She wanted to find her soulmate. And it ended up being the person she least expected. But it came at the time. It came at the perfect time, where she had already done all the work that she needed to do, to know how to communicate, to be okay with being alone. She did that work. And so it came at the perfect time with a perfect person, and hopefully they stay together forever, you know. So definitely that is something that spoke to me, is at the end of the day, what's meant for me will happen. And if what I feel like is meant for me doesn't happen, I pivot, because it honestly wasn't meant for me. Something else, something better, something greater was meant for me. The next biggest, I feel like this is one of the biggest things that I learned from Insecure, was to have a good girlfriend group. You know, there are a lot of women that say they don't get along with women, and then other people are like, that's a red flag. Why don't you get along with women? And I understand that because men are trash, and why are you only getting along with men? But I do see why having a good girlfriend group was important. Even if it's not like a full group together, like you all hang out, you know, having a good friendship group, or, you know, a good group of friends that you can go to when you need different things. Like, that was what was great about their friendship group. Kelly brought something different to the group. Tiffany brought something different to the group. Molly and Issa all brought something different to the group. And it worked. And so definitely having a good group of friends that you could go to for different things, you can rely on, you can hang out with, you can be yourself with, is important. You can't do life by yourself. I know a lot of us, we're in this world of independence, and we feel like we just need to get a handle on our problems and all those things by ourselves. We can't do it, honestly. We're not meant to be in this world alone. We're not meant to handle things alone. God brings people along your journey to help you. And so if you find a good girlfriend group to help you, you're supposed to use them. You're supposed to lean on them. You're supposed to guide them as well. You're supposed to be a good friend to someone else as well. That is what life is meant to be. And looking at that for me is like, I have a good group of girlfriends, I would say, within my sorority. It's great. I have those women that I can rely on, and I love them, and I know they love me. Outside of that, I would say that part has kind of dwindled since college. Yeah, like I know I said you can have like one person to rely on, but I would only say outside of my sorority, I would say I only have 3 friends, 2 or 3 friends that I really rely on. And not that that's a bad thing, because a good small group of friends is great. You don't need too many people in your business. You don't need too many people to give you advice or all that. You don't need that many people. But for me and where I want to be in life, I feel like I need something like Issa's group of friends. I guess with me, my friends, they all live in different places. Those 3 people, they all live in different places. I don't have people right next to me. That's what I'm saying. That I can head to their house and go talk to. And so that's what I need here. And so for me, that's what I need. And you got to decide what you need in your friendship group. In your friendship group of friends, you know, like, do you have that core people? Like, do you have that group of people that they're all friends, or do you have that one? Is that what you need? Is that what you need? Do you feel enough support on your journey? Do you? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. And that's definitely what Insecure made me question, especially this last season. I was like, you know, I don't really got that. And so that is one of my goals for 2022. And hopefully I accomplish that. I know it takes a lot for a person to be a friend. And so it also might be someone under my nose. I have no idea. Oh, and within something else about that friendship group, you also need to be able to have healthy disagreements and be able to talk it out and come to a conclusion about it. Because as you can see, Molly and Issa got into it multiple times. There were times where Kelly felt a type of way, or Tiffany felt a type of way. And at the end of the day, they always came back together. They always were able to talk about it and come back together. And I have not always had the most healthy relationships or conversations with friends. And so that is something that I need to work on that I know that I need in order to sustain a healthy relationship with other women. And so, yeah. And lastly, the funnest lesson that I learned from Insecure was to live. Okay, we need to live life. Coachella was that for me. Coachella was like a turning point where I was like, okay, I need to have a trip like that with girlfriends. I want to recreate that multiple times. Not just once, multiple times. That Coachella episode is one of my favorites. It's hilarious. Yeah. And so they definitely got out. They went out a bunch of times, you know, despite having careers, despite having other things going on. They made time for living. And that's what I need to do. That's what you need to do. I know we got a panoramic raging on right now, and we definitely need to be safe. But be safe and experience life, because we honestly don't know how long we got on this earth. Too many people are losing their lives, and I hope and pray that they can say that they lived a full life. And that is what I want to say when I leave this earth, that I led a full earthly life, because my life continues on, you know, after. So yeah, I want to be able to say that, and you should definitely be able to say that. With not just going out, going to concerts, going to restaurants, all that stuff, like, it is great, but also making sure that you're making the moments with your friends important, the moments with your partners important, the moments in your career, that you're living a fulfilling life in your career. That is important. And so, as much as you can, live. And that is what this lesson, all those other lessons, are what I learned from Insecure, what I'm taking with me, what I'm holding true in my heart, and I'm carrying with me as I continue to grow and learn who I am and be an awkward Black woman from Insecure, one of the greatest shows I've ever watched. So I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me also what you guys learned and took away from Insecure. What were your favorite moments? What's your favorite episode? Tell me it all. Comment down below. Let's continue the conversation down there. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. Love you guys.